Well, today we want to talk with Jana McKay about her home on 5121 North Haven. Now, in the $1 million+ price range, there's lots of homes you can choose from. Jana, when you bought your home, there were a lot you could have chosen from, yet you picked this home. Now, you're getting ready to sell this home. In a minute, we're going to talk about why now you're selling and why some of your life has changed and why you need to deal with that.
Right.
But maybe help somebody out of all the world of houses that they could look at, know why this house might be the right house for them.
Yeah, I'd love to, and thanks for giving me the opportunity. When we were looking for our next home, we were looking for something where we like to entertain. So my husband and I are very hospitable, love having people over. We're a blended family, so we wanted to make sure that as our children got older, they wanted to be here. And that they wanted to bring their friends over. So we wanted the kind of home where people, well, first off, it's easy access to school and to highways because we're right in North Dallas, so we can get anywhere we need to. My husband and I are entrepreneurs. So
aren't you just like 5 minutes north of downtown?
We are. It's very close, very close. We're about 90 seconds from the tollway, so and also from 635. So it's very easy to get wherever you need to get. That has been something that we've really enjoyed about being in this home. Also, we wanted to be close to our children's schools, which as they went from intermediary private schools and then into their high schools, we've always been within 5 to 8 minutes of their schools. So that's also meant that we were convenient for their friends and their families and to throw parties and have gatherings. So the coolest thing about this house, when you walk up to the front door, you can see through the house. There is light and windows everywhere. So when you walk through the front door, you're almost immediately in the main area. So you're immediately in the home. It feels very welcoming. Beyond that, you can see through to the backyard, which you can tell from the front, that's a really big backyard. And as you get further into the house and then step out onto the patio, it can be quite overwhelming how huge the backyard is and how comfortable it is to entertain in. So there's a huge patio out back, the pool sits in the back, and there's just these beautiful live oaks in the backyard and in the front yard and other trees, pecan trees, magnolia, which was a huge draw for us to the property, just these beautiful mature trees. So that was big. It was going to be that convenient location where we could entertain, where our kids wanted to be, and that was probably the biggest draw to the home.
So when you found this home, do you remember as you're coming down to the last few homes and you're saying it's going to be one of these, do you remember that final selection process, how it ended up being this home instead of the other couple that might have made the cuts down to the end?
There were just a couple of things that really differentiated it for us.
Yeah.
It was the size in this price range because we wanted a larger home. We have a 5-bedroom home. So we needed a big home with a lot of living space. We wanted a home to entertain in, so we had this huge yard where we knew we could throw big parties and kids could have soccer practice in the backyard, or I could tell you all the amazing events we've had back there, including a wedding under our gazebo and 40th and 50th birthday parties with 7,500 people, which is just absolutely no big deal in this house for more than one reason. The parking here is a breeze. On this particular part of North Haven, the street is extra wide. So if you wanted to have parties of 75 and 100 people, not only do we have the circular drive in front that is two cars deep, right? But we also have a huge parking space back here, and then both sides of North Haven allow for parking on both sides without interference for the traffic. So that has been such a nice thing about being able to plan and have lots of people over. But also it's this big open space in this particular house from the kitchen living area. Yeah. A lot of the houses that are in this area, they're still closed off. Even though people may have seen, oh, this house, what's the like 1978 was the build date.
Right.
The builder that redid it in 2006 had knocked down the rambler that was here, and so it flows like a new home with 10-foot ceilings throughout. And so it's got that big open feel that the newer homes have, even though it's, you know, the original build date is back in the 70s. So, yeah. So,
did they keep the foundation and then going up, or?
They did. The foundation is original. It was reinforced, so it's slab reinforced with piers. So it's in good shape.
Well, that's very cool. Now you're getting ready. I can see it pains you a little bit, but you're going to have to transition to another location. Why now? As beautiful and perfect as this home is, why is it no longer going to be the perfect match for your family's needs?
So we have big kids and little kids. Our big kids have graduated from high school as of this past year. And our little kids, one has special needs. And what we found is that she is most regulated when she is around horses. And so we are looking for acreage outside of town and in an area where there's a lot more stables and just a quieter life, especially for her. We're entrepreneurs, so it's been easy for us. It's easy for us to relocate. But that is really important to us right now, and so that's become our priority, and that's why we're leaving. One thing I am really going to miss about this home, because as I've been doing my home search in that area, is, well, for one, I love this open area, and it's very hard sometimes. Builders feel like they need to put too many cabinets in the kitchen, and it breaks up that open floor plan. This house has a ton of cabinets and didn't sacrifice that openness from the kitchen into the main living area. So I'm having a hard time finding that the way I want it in other homes. The other thing that I'm going to miss if I don't get to, we don't end up having to build, is the split bathroom in the master. They're building these big bathrooms now that are all open, and his and her sides are all open. They've got all this space. I don't care for that. The cool thing about our master bathroom is that there's a his side and there's a her side, and they're both very spacious. And I have really appreciated not having to get dressed with my husband in the morning.
Sure, a little bit of privacy.
Love that. And light, beautiful windows into the backyard. They did a wonderful job on the landscaping. I'm not a big landscaping person, but what they did professionally requires so little maintenance. I'm able to enjoy this beautiful landscape with really having to do almost nothing.
Which is unusual for, we got over an acre worth of land here.
Correct.
To have it be as easy to take care of as what you just described.
Oh, it's very easy to take care of, and as you'll see in the pictures, the landscaping is not overdone. Right. So the space in the backyard allows for there to just be any number of activities that can go on. So when the kids were in middle school and high school, we loved to set up a big volleyball court. And they would play out there. If you had a lot of landscaping, you wouldn't have that same opportunity. If there's a lot of homes that are on 1 acre lots in this area that actually have a tennis court. If we had stayed, I can imagine that we would have put one in, because there's certainly room to add that. Or any kind of large sport court. But for now, our kids just needed the grass. So it's just been a big...
it's almost like the feel of being out in the country right in the middle of the city.
Let me tell you why. One of the other cool things about this house is the upstairs balcony. From the balcony, you cannot see your neighbors in the front, the back, or the sides at all. It feels very, very quiet. If you're looking for them, again, the people on either side of us are also on acre lots, so there's no crowding in this area. But the beautiful thing about behind our house is that we back up to a greenbelt that runs through the city. So that means we have no rear neighbor. There's just this big open space. And so you do sense this privacy in this area, which is really nice. We never get called for having loud parties, even though we have loud parties.
So this home it's a great family home. It's great for entertaining. It's right in the heart of the city, yet you get the feel of the country. It's easy to maintain, and it's a great place to raise a family.
It is. I want to tell you who doesn't need to come see this house. Okay. Empty nesters who aren't going to, are not going to enjoy this home. Even if you have grandkids come over every now and then, it's not worth it to people who are not big family people. If your children are quiet and stay in their rooms and read books and don't socialize a lot, this is not your house. This house is meant for high energy, active families who want to entertain. It shouldn't be confused with quiet, solitude.
Or a museum house, shall we say, which certainly can be beautiful to look at, but it's a different kind of living.
It's not an ornate house.
Yeah.
It's a high quality, beautiful granite counters throughout, bathrooms, laundry room. It's got everything that you can need or want as a functional, active family, and the niceties of the stainless steel appliances and all those things.
Yeah.
But it's not an ornate house. So if my kids actually take a crayon to the wall, we're not going to flip out.
Sure. It's a warm, friendly environment where you can live. Where you can live a life, a warm family life. Yeah.
It is. Lots of space, lots of room, lots of storage. The high ceilings that they put throughout the house have made storage very, very nice, because when you think about how much extra space you get because of those high ceilings throughout the bedrooms and the closet, main livings, and all that area, even in the pantry, it's given us a lot of extra storage space. It's an easy house to show because there's a place to hide everything.
Yeah, I know probably one of the greatest challenges to selling your home is actually having strangers come through it, so I appreciate that.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Well, is there any last word that you'd like to share? If you thought there was a word for this house, if it's possible to have a word, Mina House, does that word come to your mind?
Memories.
Memories, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a place that people could come and build some real long-term family memories.
It really is, and not just for your family, but your extended family and your friends.
Yeah.
All of our friends their hearts sunk when we told them we were going to have to leave. They said, "Where are we going to go to have a party?" Because this is where everyone's been for New Year's, for team parties, for class, for graduation, for after homecoming parties. This is where they've been, and so we're grateful to have had an opportunity to live here.
Well, I'm grateful to have had a chance to find out from you what this home really meant to you. They can get the pictures online, they can get the write-ups online. We certainly welcome them to have a private showing of the property, but hopefully this will help bring the right person, the right family, to carry on the warm, beautiful feeling that this home has shared for you with them.
That is what we want, and I will be here to greet them.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Appreciate it.